Hello and welcome in, friends, to the new look of Southern Miss Esports for the 2024-2025 season. I'm your host, Wizard, and I'm one of the many new additions to the staff here in Hattiesburg for the new year. This program is continuing to grow. We've got 256 total matches for the regular season across 22 teams, and we are very, very excited to get into it right here in the preseason. And I'm joined here by my co-host, Fox. Fox, tell the chat what they're in store for tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fox, as you just heard. Today, we'll be looking at people play a fighting game called Guilty Gear Strive. It's surprisingly more known than I thought it would be, and then I started picking it up and I understood why. But in Guilty Gear, today we'll be playing for the CFGC league, and in that league, we have all these players play a best of 5. Like whoever wins a match is whoever wins the match, and that dictates what their placement is for the bracket coming later down in the season. So these are more like
placement matches.
Yeah, these are more like how placement matches work for like a ranked match if you played, I don't know, League of Legends is the only thing.
And if you're familiar with collegiate esports in general, think of NECC activation. NACE doesn't really have a preseason, but that's like the main thing I've gotten to think about it of. NECC activation, which they've reduced it to 1 week this year, but it's still the same concept, and that's basically what you're seeing here.
Man, that 1 week will still make me cry. It does not matter. But
absolutely,
we have, I believe, 8 really good players, really amazing players. Honestly, they are way better at this game than me. They came here from different places. We have a lot of freshmen, actually, surprisingly. We have someone playing from home, but I'm sure they'll do just fine. I told them if they get owed 5 on stream that they have to quit the league.
So they just have to drop out immediately.
They have to immediately leave.
Vacate the premises.
They have to drop out of school. That's the
whole. They have to drop out of school. It's a wide thing there.
Nah, but we joke around. We're all really good friends with each other, but we also love being competitive. So I'm sure we'll have a great season this year.
So would you like to talk a little bit about the players themselves, what characters they tend to play and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, yeah, of course. So over on the CFGC's own Twitch, I believe we have Null Voidus, which is Todd. Oh, you can see it here, thank goodness. Yeah, Null Voidus, which is Todd playing Johnny, who is a really great zoner. He's personally one of my favorite looking characters. He's like a gambler and doings. Then we also have Cernal playing Testament. Testament's a really good, also great zoner. Man, there's a lot of zoners I'm thinking about it. We have Dakota playing Giovanna, which is a rushdown archetype. Likes to get in the person's face, do what they can. We got Leo, kind of the same premise. For some reason has a counter. The worst thing in the world. You got Mershai playing Anji. Also a rushdown, but has more of a zoning, more balanced archetype. Can also send out these projectiles to kind of take space. Wintendo playing Chip, a pure zoning, a pure rushdown character. It's a ninja, has the least amount of health in the game, but can do the most amount of things. Also the fastest character. SF Haru playing Potemkin, which makes me want to cry because Potemkin has the most amount of health in the game. It's the tankiest person in the game. Is also a grappler, so their whole thing is like if they get a grab on you, that's like half of your health right there. And then we have Zato by Doctor, and Zato is a puppeteer character, meaning they control 2 characters on the screen. They control themselves, and in Zato's case, a character named Eddie, which is the shadow form you see behind them. And I know that you're new to fighting games and
insanely new,
so I'll be trying to help you out while we're watching these things. But do you have any questions about like the people you see here?
So I will say that is an insane amount of information that you've just put out there, and it's going to be a learning experience. Absolutely. I'm excited to get into it. And like I mentioned before, I mean, we've got a very long season ahead of us, not just for this semester, this year as a whole. And like I said before, 256 total matches. Just take a second to think about how many matches are going on this entire season.
That is insane.
But we should be ready to get into the game here pretty soon. I'm not 100% sure how many matches we all have tonight, at least in terms of our players. We do have 8 total players getting through their pools today. And for the most part, I believe 1 player had only 2 others that they have to face tonight. But for a few other ones, I know for most of the other pools, there were, I believe, 4 total competitors. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of action that you're seeing tonight, but a lot of action you're not seeing as well. So be sure to follow us on social media at Southern Miss Esports on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and here on Twitch. And it's at USM Esports on Twitter. But if you search Southern Miss in the search bar, you'll also get that there. But I do see the game is
Yeah.
loading on up. So let's lock in. We have our first match of the season right here for Guilty Gear Strive. Let's get into it.
So, like I said, Nintendo being our first person on the stream, playing Chip, Xanath, and inviting Abba with her giant key husband. I have nothing else to say about that. Looks like... Ooh, that's interesting. Looks like a lot of lag coming out. That's not on our side, I believe. Okay, I think it's starting to clear up.
Just takes a second, as always.
Yeah.
The first few seconds can always be hit or miss, but we are here. Should be cleaned up now.
Burst coming out from Abba. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain what a burst is. Burst is this resource you use to get out of a combo, is the main use of it. But as you can see on Abba's side, the burst is divided into two pieces. So you also have access to a deflect shield, which pushes the person off of you. And then Wild Assault, which used to be really good. It was basically like an extra attack that every person has a different version of it that does a specific thing. But Nintendo taking the first match, also I should notice that. It can also use to like continue combos or get very specific combos out.
I want to mention too, there was essentially 0 damage taken
I know.
in that round. That is
Insane.
That is insane to see. I mean, I can hear the box going off too. Very intense here.
Ooh, jealousy being broken. Okay, Alba out of jealousy is purely on Chip's favor. So what jealousy is basically the offensive version of Alba. So like you see right here, she's in jealousy rage or jealousy mode. But it's like our Chip player knows well enough how to fight this character, minus running right into the key and getting hit, having them use their burst. Max tension on the Alba side though, but she might not be able to use it. Command grab coming out, 1 HP on gonna cross up, will kill Alba right there. So what's your thoughts on the first match?
That was quick. I mean, best of 5, right? But they play out all 5, or is that?
So it's the best of 5 is like you play 5 matches.
Yes.
And then it's whoever wins out of it.
Okay.
So if you win more than 3, you technically won.
Yes.
But we usually just say we use all 5 matches for the seeding purposes of this.
Okay.
But usually in a best of 5, it's
It's just first to 3, like it would normally be. Okay.
first to 3, pretty much. Oh, hey, I'm back.
Good to know. Yeah, and good to see you guys here. Believe just have to wait for the next round to load up. It
Yeah, it's-
takes a couple seconds there. from what I'm
maybe
seeing.
the Alba will be switching characters.
That is after how that first game went, would completely understand. that was a bit brutal, especially in that first round. What maybe you got 1 hit in the second round. I mean, you got it a bit closer, but still was not able to get the job done. Get to that third.
Absolutely like obliterated, honestly. But that's like the whole thing about Chip. They go in, they do as much as they can, they get out and trying to get hit in the process because Chip will die literally in 1 combo if you're good. But Nintendo knows that. He played to his best of his abilities and he got the match for it.
Yeah, and now we got 4 more straight sets here ahead of us. But I mean, that took a whopping 20 seconds, so it might be a quicker night than I realized with these
Yeah.
best of 5s. I always expect a best of 5 to take at least a decent bit of time. I come from FPS, so 1 game takes like 10 minutes at minimum, or if you're Rocket League, it's like 5 to 7.5-ish, depending on how many goals are scored. So seeing it go that quickly, like even my only experience in FGC as a whole is Smash. And Smash is, again, as we had a discussion about this last night, it's a lot different than what you would see in these other fighting games that are more the Street Fighter style, the Mortal Kombats, all of that. So it's still a big learning process, but it's certainly unique to me. I do appreciate that they're all relatively similar though. So it's like if you kind of learn one, you can kind of at least get a general understanding of the others. And there's a lot of new ones to go, or there's a lot of them to go off of. So definitely going to be taking myself into some VOD review in the future here as we continue on in the season. But as we go through the season, we have a lot more teams too that we will be covering. First night of action here, and what are your impressions from your side on what we saw?
Definitely, I have fought Dylan before. It seems like something's happening. Okay. Okay, that works.
Good to
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so it turns out, breaking news.
Breaking.
Turns
news.
out the player we just saw, the Alba player, does not have an Ethernet cord, and in CFGC, it is mandatory to have Ethernet cord because, as you saw from the fight,
That's probably a piece of it right there.
it's
That's probably
very
a piece.
choppy and
Not great.
yeah, not great. If you ever played video games before on like a bad internet service, that's pretty much what happened. But so we saw that first match. We saw what Nintendo can do. We're gonna get another player in to see Nintendo fight again and fully flesh out their match. They might be able to. They definitely have Ethernet cord, but they might be able to stand up more of a challenge as we've seen so far. Not to say the Alba player wasn't good. The Alba player was actually really good, but Chip is just better.
All right, so what we're gonna do then, while we get that next lobby set on up, we're
Yes.
gonna take it to a quick little break. We'll catch you guys back here on the other side as we get ready to find the second match of the night, and hopefully we get to go through all 5 games there.
Yes. We'll see you soon.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Dickert, the esports coordinator for Southern Mississippi, and welcome to the esports arena.
The first stop in our brand new USM Esports Arena is the production station. Here, as you can see, is lights, camera, audio, OBS, big player, OBS is.
This is our casting desk. Here our casters give real-time in-game analysis, extremes, the best you'll ever receive from USM Esports. Whether it be insane overtime matches or insane 1v3s.
Dasher is going to be inside of Artist. She's going to peek around the corner, finds one, finds two, finds three. Jason! Perfect accuracy!
Main stage where a bunch of our teams and players compete against other colleges and universities across the United States. Here they play games, matches, all that fun stuff.
This is where the hours are put in. Here on the practice stage is where our players are given time and resources to be able to hone their skills and be able to perform on the main stage.
This year at Southern Miss Esports, we are introducing varsity and academy teams. Now, you may be asking yourself, what's the difference between varsity and academy team? Varsity teams are going to be our most highest level of competition here at Southern Miss Esports. Those titles including Fortnite, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, Valorant, and Rainbow Six Siege. Our academy teams are those who are trying to get into esports. Our academy teams are open to anyone who may want to get started in esports. Games like Super Smash Bros., Overwatch 2, and Valorant have already established academy teams. So if you or anyone you know is interested in starting esports, be sure to come by and learn more about our academy teams. Oh, hi, didn't see you there. This is our conference tables. When our teams aren't competing on the main stage, they're right here, strategizing, reviewing film. As you see right now, our Rocket League team reviewing for their game against Ole Miss next week. This is where the magic happens. This is where the strategizing happens. This is where losers become winners.
Huh? You guys are making me nervous. All right. Shut up, Jason.
4, 3, 2, 1. Last one.
Okay, here it comes.
Yeah.
Serena, brand new. Alrighty, let's start again. Had to let that out. Sorry, had to get it.
Thank you so much. It's My name is David Dickert. I am the esports coordinator for the University of Southern Mississippi. And my role is to make sure students are having a great student experience while also managing and planning and cultivating pretty much everything that has to do with esports. We've been competing over the past 2 years in a combination of conferences. And one of the most important conferences for us is NACE, the National Association of Collegiate Esports. I serve on the competition council for them as well. And so, you know, we compete in all the games that NACE offers, and we compete in another conference as well. Fortnite got 9th in the national championships for no build. It was out of like 47, 50 teams that qualified for nationals. Our League of Legends team did really well, went to the national championships against New Mexico in the other conference we compete in. Unfortunately, we lost, but that was a huge step up from the year before. And I think that was even before we were using FitGamer. Valorant team is looking as strong as ever. I got a fresh new group of students in, transfers from all across the country, as well as internationally. We have players from Brazil, Venezuela, Canada, Puerto Rico. And so they're all coming in for that. And so, you know, all these teams are doing fantastic. Rainbow Six actually won a national championship last year. It's fantastic. And I do think FitGamer has a huge part to play, because that stereotype is something I've been fighting for the better part of my entire life. Dipping into health and wellness is incredibly important. Not just physical health in terms of getting up and moving or stretching, which our players do, but also like taking care of your eyesight. You know, the way that we are now staring at screens all the time, you know, making sure you have glasses that can handle that, making sure that your eyes.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back with our still first player for USM fighting their second opponent now, as we heard from earlier. We have a Chip versus a Soul Bad Guy. What do you think, by just looking at these people, how do you think it's gonna go?
I mean, these are some big characters. That's what I'm seeing right now. I mean, that burst meter is also already full, which is also noticing the division between the two sections of burst for Big Duber on the other side there.
So realizing earlier that Soul just had the burst earlier. Oh, that purple little ring thing that just popped up is called Purple RC, or Purple Roman Cancel.
Okay.
It uses your tension meter, which is at the bottom of your screen, and you can use it to get out. Oh, DP. You can use it to get if you whiff punish or whiff an attack, you can like say my bad and like undo it, and you still are like at like a small advantage.
Gotcha.
We saw Gold there earlier. Gold is basically a defensive one. It pushes them off of you no matter what their attack is. Like that. Red is on hit confirm. It does the same thing as this is kind of the same thing as purple, but you're at way more advantage. That's the deflect shield I was talking about earlier.
Look at how little health Big Duber has there.
Yes.
You could barely even see it, but
And Nintendo takes the first round still. So Soul Bad Guy does end up seeing amount of damage in the right, as we can see right now.
that is like, that's over half the health bar in one little combo.
Ooh, Guard Crush going for the strike grab, honestly. Gold RC coming out. Blocks the cross up. Big Duber is more on the offensive. Chip might be in trouble here. DP coming out. Going in for the rush, goes for the overhead, and DP from Seoul coming out, taking the next round. That was a lot in like such a short amount of time.
It was. I mean, large attacks though. I mean, final round here in game one. Sets the overall, what we call that, right?
Yeah,
Set,
yeah,
and
set.
then a game is
The whole
individual. Okay.
I use game and match intertwine.
Yeah, I do too. I do it either way.
Slash the best. Air, purple RC. Oh, almost got it. This might be game one. Oh, Soul drops it. Chip can't come back, and Chip gets hit in the gut. And now we match run going to Big Duber. What are your thoughts so far?
And there's a lot to keep up with. Very fast paced. Like, this is probably the fastest paced game I've casted, I've watched. Title, I should say, not just game, title.
Yes.
There's a lot going on very, very quickly.
Ooh, this Soul bad guy has definitely fought a Chip before, knowing to even mash it to begin with. How did that hit? What? For Varsity coming out. Chip is still on the offensive. No, get the OTG off. I know I'm using a lot of words like you do not understand, and I'll try to explain them while I'm using them. Anyways, Nintendo taking that round. DP, it's known as Dragon Punch. I say defensive pressure because that's what it's more known as. Dragon Punch is a type of input you do. It originated from Street Fighter. You know where like Ryu does the Shoryuken, like the giant uppercut thing? That is a defensive tool, and if EX in recent games, it's invincible. And so it's a good option when you're on the floor and you just have to get back up and retaliate somehow. And I should probably mention that Chip just got launched out of the building. It is 1-1 in the round.
Got another round 3.
Big Duber going. That's not a 6P. That's just a 5P there. Doing an air juggle burst used there. Chip almost has their burst back. Tries to be aggressive. DP coming out. God forbid. Soul does way too much damage. Oh, burst
Big
what?
combo there.
Unfortunate. Nintendo gets launched out of the building, and that is
2-0 for Big Duber.
Yes,
correct?
yes. Big Duber in a 2-0 lead. One more, and they technically have won the game, but we play all 5 matches.
Absolutely. Preseason rules. We get
Preseason.
to see the entire series regardless of the first to 3 that you would typically see in that regular season.
Ooh, connection has been lost. Hey, we're back.
Connection's been lost again, second time in a row. They do not like connection.
It might be just like fixing some stuff. Things happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, it's still the start of the season, so nothing really wrong.
It's always good to get these out of the way early on rather than when we're in season.
Yes, very much so. So what are your thoughts? Would you have any questions? I know you probably have questions.
There is so much going on. It's very hard to understand all of it as you're seeing it. Like these matches are so quick. Like I see maybe 3 moves and then it's all of a sudden it's over. I see a combo of like 10 in a row. Someone's just dead and we're into the next round. It is crazy how fast this game is like moving. Like I feel even yesterday when I was watching Tekken, it was still fast, absolutely, but it was nowhere near this pace that Guilty Gear has, where it's like you snap your fingers and the round is already over.
Welcome to Anime Fighters. So this I always call Guilty Gear a 2-touch game. You will die in two combos.
Yes.
If you're both like decent level. Tekken is not a 2-touch game. Unless you're like good.
Yeah.
But
This isn't Pro League, so we're not seeing that too often.
yeah, and Tekken also has like a lot more like inputs. Like,
Yeah.
because you have like all 9 directions, 13 different like attack combinations. And then there's also like playing neutral, which do you understand what that means?
Vaguely.
Okay, so you're a big Rocket League guy, right?
Yes.
So neutral is like the point, basically the beginning of the match where the ball's in the middle and it's in between the both sides, and whoever hits it first, they have advantage. But then you can reset back to middle and play the ball there, and you can get it back
Yeah.
to the net. That's neutral. That part where you're both at an equal advantage and disadvantage, that's neutral. And a lot of times you'll see them play very carefully there, because that's the biggest part for you to mess up. Because once you get hit in neutral, you're getting hit, you're getting comboed, half your HP's gone.
And your advantage has been lost fairly quickly.
Completely. Until you get into the wall. It seems like spectating did not pop up, but No, you're fine. Just come back out after. You're fine. So, well, you can't see exactly what's happening, but I can really commentate over if anyone understands how this game works. Basically, Soul is abusing Chip.
It's a little hard to see from this distance, but it's about what would you say? It's like 60 feet away, 50.
I would have to.
I don't have a measuring tape, so I can't
How
tell
many
you.
squares are there? Imagine like 40 squares away from us. Not square feet. Well,
Literal
maybe.
tiles.
Like
on the
literally
floor.
tiles. This is the size of my foot. I'll make a new one. Yeah. Or you can make it and then I'll join you. Just text me code.
I wish
Yeah.
I could see the round count. I cannot. It is
Um,
impossible to see from here.
Yes. I mean, honestly, you can switch the camera to over there and just talk behind Winston.
Oh, we coy. That's a good idea.
Maybe if the camera changes here,
We could
I'm
change the camera.
gonna go waddle my little self over there. Start talking behind him. I see Blue RC. I see a counter coming out. I think Soul just took the game. I don't know. It's all good now. It's all good. The match, they just ended the match. Soul took round 3. They're coming
Oh,
back.
it's already over.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
coming back
never
out.
mind.
He was
Wow.
not paying attention.
I looked over to production for a second, and I looked back, and the game's already over. So,
That's how fast this game is.
uh,
Now we're back. Yeah, we're back in, so we can actually spectate now. Yep, game's loading up. The Eagles flying. Big Duber is in a 3-0 lead. A 3-0 lead. Nintendo still holding up to how I expected, but Soul Bad Guy just does do so much damage against a person with so little health. It's actually crazy. I wish they learned a whole different characters in case this happens, but that's their own choice.
and it's early in the season. You can learn more as the season goes on.
Yeah, first being used, a DP bait, counter, cross slash, gamma blade, wall crush. In 4 hits, he's in the ocean now.
That was a big
Blue
combo.
RC, red RC coming out, trying to keep advantage. Soul knowing what to do. Grab coming out from Chip. RC coming out. This might be able to kill. Ooh, Chip barely missing that. Guard crush coming out. Gold RC having been used here. Chip still has burst. That's really good discipline coming from Guilty Gear player. And that's the burst bait. This might be over. Red RC coming out. Soul messing up the combo. This might be the chance for Chip to come back here. Dust coming out, taking the first round on the side of Big Duber. By the way, Dust, that little orange ring that pops up, that's a type of move.
Okay.
That's always an overhead, so if you're crouching, you'll get hit.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, they happened first at some point. I did not realize that he just wild assaulted the combo, and half of Chip health is gone.
It's already gone.
It's already gone. Chip starting to retaliate, popping off these combos here. Purple RC DP. I hate DPs so much. Red RC coming out. DP
Needs to get around here to at least try to get back in this
Gold
series.
RC
as
coming
well.
out. This is like the last chance grab coming out to finish off this match.
4-0?
4-0. Yeah.
Looking great for Big Duber here.
Hey, this Soul player is playing really well,
Game 5.
but I trust in the abilities of our Chip player here. DP coming out. Ooh, trying to bait the DP off. Has to use burst to get out. That crossed me up at some point. Faultless defense coming out. Pinching coming out. Red RC coming out. This Chip is trying to put as much pressure as possible because they know this Soul player does not work good under pressure.
And you're seeing that in the health part too. I mean, Soul very, very weak there, but
One thing Soul is not weak in is in damage. And that's a wall
absolutely, and
crush.
you're seeing it right there, very, very quickly. That health bar depleting.
Ooh, Purple RC, that's actually a good mix-up. Purple RC coming out again. Ooh, mashing down punch. Burst bait and gets the round. That's really good discipline, really good learning from Chip there. We have the round ahead.
Looking to at least get a game in this series.
Alpha Blade cross up, or Hammer Blade, I don't know, I forget the name of that one. Grab coming out from Chip. Ooh, missing from Soul side. Red RC coming out. This is a famous combo I know he likes doing on me. First on the side of Chip, he's going to look into DP. Ooh. Might have to burst soon. Unfortunate. Saving burst for the last round. Not a bad strategy. And honestly, not a bad strategy since Soul was not low enough to be killed in a combo. but Burst definitely will be utilized some point in this game. Soul running out, Burst being used right here. A DP, this Soul loves DPing. That's very unfortunate. Grab coming out, what? DP into DP. That might be over. Bammy
That's
putting
looking
him
like
on
it
the wall.
will be it, and it is.
5-0 on the side of Big Duber. Unfortunate.
Big win for Big Duber heading into their probably second match. I'm assuming that's their first. I could be wrong, but
Yes.
that'd be my guess is that it's probably Duber's first match there.
Probably Duber's first match. I mean, they've been here for a bit.
Yeah.
Things of note. Both good, really good players. Absolutely. Chip has the lowest health bar in the game, and Soul just does too much damage. But with that being said, no matter what I said during the commentary, both really great players. I loved watching that fight. They were trying their best to. They both were adapting. Both were trying to read each other. Both got really good reads on the burst and DPs. Unfortunately, Big Duber just happened to have the damage output and also just be Soul bad guy to get the match actually. So that's the whole game.
So moving on, what are we going to see next? I should say, who are we going to see next on stream?
Yes, after we're going to take a quick intermission to get everything set. After that, we'll be seeing another player, Dakota, who I believe uses Giovanna. Another rushdown character, but not with a small health pool like a certain someone. But after that, yeah, that'll be the, I believe, our final game, unless someone wants to be streamed randomly.
Unless
yeah.
if we missed anything.
We really honestly missed anything. Yeah, with that, we're going to go ahead and cut to a short intermission.
Catch you guys back on the other side.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Dickert, the esports coordinator for Southern Mississippi, and welcome to the esports arena.
The first stop in our brand new USM Esports Arena is
Whether it be insane
And welcome back. We are here for what could be the last game of the night. We'll have to check up on that after we get through here. But we have Dakota, and is that scoliosis that I see right
Yes,
there?
that scoliosis already
I've been
starting off.
seeing some of these names too, and I just love some.
Goodness, Potemkin Buster round start. Oh my god, Potemkin. Oh, please, no.
Oh, that burst was canceled out too. I noticed that quickly, but so very, very quick. It could be a very, very quick round.
Okay,
here.
burst bait. Okay. Dakota came front and grab.
Yeah, and there it is. There's
I'm
round
going to
number one.
scoliosis. Okay, I'm going to explain Potemkin to you now. This is Potemkin. That's all I have to say. All right, so
Damage is over through the charts from what I'm seeing right now. This just looks like almost an impossible situation that I'm seeing. Wow. I mean,
Potemkin is
game one is over.
yes.
Wow.
Potemkin is a super strong character. Sometimes they have a lot of armor moves, a lot of damage to go with their armor moves, a lot of grabs that are hard to just react to sometimes.
Yeah,
But I'm sure it's just first round jitters. We all have them.
absolutely. And I mean, just look at the size difference between these two characters too. I mean, that if that doesn't tell you the story, then
Ooh, this character has way too much health and way too much body size to go with that health.
this character looks like it would be a tank in Overwatch. That's what I'm seeing.
That's essentially what it is. That's one of the armor moves right there. But Potemkin Buster, I believe, just ended the game. Yep. So that command grab, do you know anything about Street Fighter?
Not too much.
Do you know the big buff man in Street Fighter?
Yes.
So Zangief, that's Zangief. Okay. He has a command grab that does like half your HP.
Is that what we just saw?
That's
there?
literally what we
Guilty
just.
Gear version.
Yeah, honestly, and that's what everybody see again.
Wow. This is.
And keep in mind, the range of this character is a lot bigger than most people think. Ooh, burst coming out from Potemkin. This is a very annoying situation. I wouldn't even lie.
So in pro play, how commonly are we seeing this character?
Honestly, I think even though like how annoying it is, it's like at least probably maybe it's like 3 people play it.
That's it, really.
Yes. Even though Potemkin is strong, it's still just an annoying character. That's a 2-0, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a 2-0 on the side of scoliosis. I think our Geo's actually starting to adapt though, seeing less Potemkin Busters. Not gonna count that one. I will not lie. This is a very hard situation to get out of.
I can already see. I mean, it looks like there's very minimal outs to this entire situation.
The most you got is honestly jumping, and sometimes even that doesn't work.
So something I know from Smash, there's certain characters that are just horrible matchups for each other, and I'm assuming that's a big part of what we're seeing right here.
Yes, absolutely. I would say most rush on characters against Potemkin is a very hard matchup for with any skill move. Zoning, in my opinion, is probably the easiest one to do. But max tension on the side of Giovanna. First meter coming out, did not get the block off first. Burst on both sides. Potemkin won't be able to build a tension here, but might blast the wall. That killed. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Jesus. This is why I hate this character. I absolutely hate Potemkin.
I can see why it's frustrating to play against this character. I mean,
Absolutely. Like you try to, like any rush dodge character tries to get anywhere in range.
you're just getting grabbed and immediately thrown. And
Yes.
there goes half your health.
Yes, absolutely.
It's almost instantaneous. Like the round starts and you're almost dead.
Yes. Trust me, I fought one of the alumni here played Potemkin, and that kills. Plays Potemkin, and I fought him for a bit when I was learning the game, and
Yeah.
he absolutely like dumpster washed me, but also bad at the game still. It was the biggest knowledge check I think I ever gotten. Now, Potemkin Buster was definitely the hardest thing for me to like get past. Ooh, but that was a good mash. And combo off here.
So as we're kind of seeing it here, what would your suggestions be to combat this sort of play style that we're seeing?
Potemkins want you to get in range, which is the whole like thing rushdowns want to do is get in their range. Honestly, I say is if you're going from full screen to right in front of their face, back off last second and try to bait out their missed grab and then just punish off, because that's what we're seeing here.
So a lot more patient style play rather than what we could be seeing with how aggressive Foot has been.
This will kill. This is also this is an overdrive, by the way. This is basically a super.
Okay.
And that goes. Basically, that's just a better Potemkin Buster.
So now 4-0.
On the side of Scoliosis. I keep want to say Solace because someone else.
If you quickly look at it, I can see.
Yeah, Solace.
I think of like the ring mystics out there.
Oh, I was thinking about one of our players.
Well, yeah, I would imagine, but
Jeez, just does too much damage.
I mean, this is
See, this is why I play. This is why I play Slayer now. Slayer just does a lot of damage, so I don't have to deal with this.
yeah.
But honestly, if you ever want to play this game, I mean, be my guest.
Seeing some good
He
counters
is
though from Dakota.
Putting a lot of pressure on this Potemkin now. That's all you really can't do at the rushdown.
Yeah.
Hammerfall coming out, Hammerfall coming out again. Might be able to kill misses. So what we can see here, purple RC coming out, first coming out. Try to save themselves. Nice. Kills through the armor. Round going to Geo. Geo, if you want to say Geo.
Grab game 5 on the board here. Make it a 4-1.
Well, not yet.
Could.
But yeah, could.
Would.
And we must appreciate it. Potemkin Buster. Absolutely.
I mean,
this
the
takes
amount of health
this takes a round two.
takes is just like like it's unbelievable how quickly you're just seeing a kill.
Yes, and it's absolutely understandable why so many people hate this character. Now,
I don't know almost anything about this game, and yeah, I can see why no one would want to play against it.
Yes, like character, like gameplay wise, I hate this character. Character wise, he's cool. He looks cool. Cool design.
Design is really good,
What am I watching? What? the
and
heck?
it's
Alright, I already know what this Potemkin wants to end this with. He wants to end with Potemkin Buster.
seeing a little combo there,
And
but unfortunately, would need to be a lot more than that, and that will be game number 5. That will be 5-0 for Scoliosis.
yes, that is the game. That's it.
That's all. That's all, folks.
Yes, this game does finish fast.
That was one of the quickest series I've seen in a while. I've seen quicker in Call of Duty. A 250-0 is what will get you there, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. That was some Guilty Gear Strive, and is that it for us overall tonight?
Honestly, I believe that could be the last game. Yeah, I think
All right.
everyone else here is finished.
Well, I will close out the show here then. So thank you all for watching. It always means the world to me personally, but also to everyone that we have working production and everyone here on the desk outside of myself. We'll have more casters rotating in and out throughout the year too. So you won't just see me all the time. You won't just see Fox all the time. You will get a couple more faces in here for you guys as we go forward. But again, thank you all for watching. Go follow us here on Twitch and also on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Southern Miss Esports on all those platforms. Follow us on Twitter as well at USM Esports. We are going to be putting out a lot more content as the year goes on. We are very excited to get started this year, and we are very excited to say that we are done for not only done for the week, but next week is when we get the regular season action started. NACE Varsity Premier Division starts up on Monday. That's when our next stream will be live. We will be there on Monday for Rocket League kicking off their season. Very excited to get into that. I've not seen a lot from these guys, and I've heard a lot of things about them in a very good light and how they play. So we'll catch you guys on the other side Monday night for Rocket League NACE Varsity Premier action. We'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you all for watching.
Take care.